From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. The Democratic National Convention's first night showcased speeches from the last Democrat to lose to Republican Donald Trump and the last one to beat him. Hillary Clinton, who lost the 2016 election to Trump, spoke hopefully of finally breaking the glass ceiling to elect a female president. Here's reporter Jacqueline Lee.
Hillary Clinton invoking her and Harris's late mothers.
They would say, keep going.
Clinton drew parallels between Harris's campaign and her own campaign in 2016.
He's mocking her name and her laugh. Sounds familiar.
Against Trump.
But we have him on the run now.
Closing the night, President Joe Biden laced into Trump and praised the competence and readiness of Vice President Kamala Harris to win the White House in November. Biden basked in a long ovation that reflected the energy released by his decision to step aside for Harris. In a surprise appearance on the stage earlier, Harris told Biden, "We are forever grateful to you." Canada's ambassador to the U.S. is at the Democratic National Convention talking about the important relationship between our two countries as the party continues to build on the excitement behind Kamala Harris.
Thousands of party faithful and politicians are attending the four-day event in Chicago, invigorated behind Vice President Kamala Harris since she quickly ascended last month to the top of this fall's election ticket. Canada's ambassador Kirsten Hillman says while Harris has an understanding of Canada, there's always a challenge to guard against protectionist policies.
To make sure that Americans know that the policy of job creation in the United States is not enhanced by cutting off effective supply chains with Canada.
Kelly Malone, The Canadian Press, Chicago.
Global Affairs Canada says it's aware of reports that a Canadian has died off Sicily after a nearby tornado or water spout caused a superyacht to capsize early Monday. The luxury boat was carrying a crew of 10 and 12 passengers, mostly foreigners, when it sank off Porticello near Palermo. Local authorities say one body has been recovered. 6 people remain missing, while 15 others were rescued. And disgraced former U.S. Congressman George Santos is now a convicted criminal after pleading guilty and admitting he lied, stole, and cheated his way into office. Reporter Aaron Katursky says Santos appeared in a Long Island, New York court yesterday and blamed his ambition for clouding his judgment.
Santos pleaded guilty to wire fraud and aggravated identity theft, admitting to falsely claiming friends and relatives donated to his campaign to boost the numbers as he tried to convince national Republicans he was an up-and-coming star in the party. Santos, just the 6th lawmaker ever expelled from the House, also admitted he took unemployment benefits during the pandemic, even though he was working, and tricked people into donating to a fake nonprofit that lined his own pocket. Prosecutors called it fraud of unprecedented proportions.
This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Spencer Steer hit a tie-breaking RBI double in Cincinnati's 4-run 6th inning, and the Reds beat the Toronto Blue Jays 6-3 at Rogers Centre Monday night. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit his 26th home run for Toronto in the Jays' loss. Ernie Clement also went deep. Francisco Alvarez hit a solo home run with 1 out in the 9th to give the New York Mets a 4-3 victory over the Baltimore Orioles. In NHL news, Patrick Laine is headed for Montreal after the Columbus Blue Jackets traded the forward to the Canadiens on Monday in exchange for defenseman Jordan Harris and a 2026 second-round draft pick. The Blue Jackets were without the 26-year-old Laine for much of the 23-24 season. He sought help from the NHL's Player Assistance Program in January and made it known his issues were mental health related. He has 2 seasons left on a 4-year, $35 million contract. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.